Hessel, and this is my C++ final project presentation. My project is called the Homeowner's Expense Calculator. This program allows a user to enter monthly expenses, compare them to budget, generate reports, and save or load their data. The project demonstrates important C++ concepts including structures, vectors, functions, loops, conditions, file handling, and modular programming. These are the main three files, plus this file that was saved through the program file handling. The first file is a main CPP, which controls the program flow and displays the menu. This is the menu. The second file is a function H header file, and this file contains a structure definition, constants, and function prototypes. And the third file is a function CPP, which contains all the function implementations such as calculation, reports, and file operations and sorting. This modular design helps the program clean and easy to maintain. The data structure. The program has a structure called main monthly expense. Month expenses, and it's a struct. Each object of the structure represents 1 month and stores the month name, the list of expenses, and the list of budgets. This allows the related data to be grouped together in one place. And here you see the expenses, the string name, and then the array expenses and array budget. And then these are the categories of the expenses and budgets: mortgage, rent, utility, food, transportation, and miscellaneous. And the const num category is 5, and the reason why you put it up here is because it's easy to update and change later on. Okay, and this program utilizes a vector for the month expenses, and it's called year, and it contains all the 12 months, and each month starts with a default value of 0. The program enters the loops and displays the main menu until the user chooses to exit. So here's the main menu. So we're going to run the program and do number 1, enter expenses. Mortgage expense, I'm just going to do $2,800. The budget, $2,800. Utility expenses, $330. Budget is $400. And if you enter invalid information, it'll tell you invalid input. So enter a non-negative number. So I'm going to put in 600. And I'm going to give a budget of negative 900. And it'll tell you to enter a non-negative number. So I'll put in 700. Transportation expenses, 500. Budget is 400. Miscellaneous expenses, 600. Budget, 609. And I'm gonna stop this and show you that I already I don't have enough time to show you entering all 12 months, but I've already pre-entered them beforehand. And now I'm gonna show you can load the file, number 3, and it'll tell you that you loaded the file successfully. And from that, you can display the categories, expense budgets, and the difference, which shows the total expenses and total budget. You can see that it utilizes groceries, maintenance, and other reports that are over or under. And I'll show you the yearly summary, which is 6. And you can sort it. The sort function uses a bubble function, sort. You can sort, and it'll show you ascending. August has the lowest, May has the highest expenses. And then you can do that descending order. And here it shows May with the highest and August with the lowest. And then you can also pull up the monthly report. And if you put in words, it will tell you invalid month. So you have to prompt it. You put in an invalid month out of range. It will tell you invalid month, enter month between 1 and 12. So I'll enter 4. And in this function, in the CPP file, it'll show you that there's a load data function, which is, I showed you a minute ago. The load from file reads the expense.txt file, and if there was an error, it'll show you there was an error. Or if the file was corrupt, it'll show you the file was corrupt. But ours loaded successfully, so it says loaded successfully. And then you can sort. I showed you the sorting function, which you can sort by expenses. There's an outer loop that sorts the outer bubble sort loop, and then it compares the adjacent months, and then it'll bring up the current month and compares it to the next month. And then if you're doing ascending, then it'll look at it and compare the months. They'll swap it, and if it's less than the month before, the month before that, or greater than the month before that. And then there's a display the sorted year, sorted expenses, which is here, expenses by the month, and you use a fixed precision, so it'll show you the 2 decimal places, and everything's lined up and looks nice and neat. Let me see. And I already showed you the validation, and the validation basically get valid month, for example, shows you if it will give you a fail error if it checks the month range between 1 and 12, and if it's invalid month, then it'll prompt you with an error message. And then it clears the input state and clears the invalid input in the buffer. Otherwise, there's an infinite loop. And then once you put in the correct number, then you're exit out of the while loop. So this shows that the program uses modular programming, so the functions has a specific responsibility such as the input, calculation, reporting, and file handling, which makes the code easier to read, debug, and maintain. And then, let's see. In conclusion, this program successfully tracks expense, compares them to budget, generates reports, and maintains data using files to demonstrate key C++ programming concepts and strong modular design. Thank you for watching my presentation.